If I can throw today. Out.
I started West Tennessee Canine to prove my wife wrong. She insisted that I could make a living training dogs. I've always been good with training animals, but I didn't think I could really make a living doing it.
Terry was very good at training dogs, and I suggested, why don't you just train dogs for a living? And he's like, I don't know how that would work. I'm like, why don't you just try?
I've trained hunting dogs, I've trained working dogs, I've trained, protection dogs, and I like a dog who's precise, who's looking at you, comes to you, stops on a dime. You can send the dog out and he just downs. Like, that is my lifeblood.
Out. Oh, wind got that one.
When you have a well-trained dog and you can turn your focus on that dog and have that dog as a companion with you and have that dog part of your life, like, your life gets calmer.
They had found Freya out on a farm. She was probably about 4 months old at that time and missed the critical socialization period. For me personally, I was a little bit out of my depth, so I really needed some help gaining control, helping her see me not as a threat, but as a safe zone. I started looking into different trainers around town that might be able to help me out, which led me to West Tennessee Canine.
We start pet dogs exactly the same way I started working dogs. We start with food and focus and getting that dog so into me that no matter what's going on, the dog's looking at me like, hey, can I be a part of that?
With other trainers, they start with the sit, down, stay, the basic commands.
But what we're doing is making dogs coexist peacefully in their environment. And we spend the most time on that, because if you have a calm dog, a peaceful dog, like, does that other stuff really matter?
The thing about dog training is it's less training and more getting your dog used to all of these situations, patterning your dog around people, patterning your dog around different environments. You have the water over here, people walking, people sitting, kids playing, and that's exactly what we want to accomplish in training. So when I walk, she walks. When I stop, she stops.
Ocean, come.
Terry is amazing at what he does, from basic obedience, building the puppies, making them comfortable in people's families, understanding the context, understanding that relaxation is important in certain contexts and play behaviors are important in different contexts. So I trust Terry implicitly with the dogs in his care.
I went from having a dog that I couldn't touch to a dog that will hop up on the bed with me and roll over and let me pet her belly. And I never saw that coming.
However long the dog's with us is great, but how much work the owners put into it, even better. Like, they can take that foundation and just keep going and keep going.
With the tools that Terry has given me, I've been able to really take it and run.
I would say the biggest problems we face every day with the dogs, and this comes from working thousands of dogs, is the dog just making its own choices, getting on furniture, tearing up things, chasing the kids, chasing the cat, getting in the garbage. All of those things, if you put it in context, those are the things that, like, drive us crazy with dogs.
They have their bar set so low. They're like, okay, my dog's terrible. There's no hope for my dog. That's why I came to you. And then I bring them out and show them, hey, your dog is capable of so much. They just needed that communication. They just need you to clear that up with them, and kind of watching their face go from, like, worry to being like, that's my dog. He's doing that. I'm like, yeah, he can. He's capable. You have a real dog.
I think that is my absolute favorite part about this job, is seeing people drop off their dogs and they're just kind of like in shambles of what else can I do? And they go home and they're like, oh my gosh, you've given us our dog back, you've given our life back, and now we can actually enjoy this dog who is a part of our family.
That pet will be more integrated into the lifestyle that you were hoping for. Not only do you gain knowledge, but you also gain a family member.
When you take a dog and give it purpose, the purpose of being a good dog, being part of the family, being in a structured environment, that fulfills the dog. And having that dog that's part of the family, that is part of the family unit, like they have their specific role, just like mom and dad and grandma and grandpa. That dog has a role. That dog's role is to, what do you need? What do you need from me? There's a reason they call them emotional support dogs, service dogs. How can I serve you? And I truly believe that God put them here for us. Like there's no other animal that is as trainable and as loyal as a dog.